Well, good evening, fellow gardeners. I'm Kelly, aka K2, and this is K2 Garden Adventure, my channel dedicated to me building my dream gardens and urban farmstead here on the beautiful central coast of California's Zone 9B. All right, so this evening I've got like an hour and a little bit of light left, but let me show you all the fun I want to have and stuff I want to get done here this evening. Since one of the few times I'm filming at night, is kind of show you some bonus coverage of what the house looks like lit up in the evening. So I've got these beautiful pathway lights. These are all solar out front. I have some low voltage stuff in the back, but solar out front. So you have this beautiful walkway is all lit up to the front, and you can see, if you look closely, that the hanging baskets that are hanging down, and all the hydrangeas are putting on their show up there. Over here, you can see in the woodland garden, I have lots of lights. You've got all the Japanese maples and a few other trees are all lit up, and I've also with spotlights that are pointed straight up. And then just this week, I put in these pathway lights, so they shine down on the ground. One of the interesting things I realized is with the spotlights pointing up, I didn't have them pointed straight up, and so they would kind of blind you, which made it even harder to see. But got these incredible deal. These are less than $5 a piece at Home Depot when you order in the 10 pack. So yeah, these do a great job. So I plan to place these all around, and they do a great job of lighting up the pathways that I built up here. And the pathways I just marked out in black mulch, but at this point everything's so heavily planted you can just see where the pathways are naturally. I also have a couple of solar security lights that pop on real bright with some movement. But anyways, here you get the idea of what it looks like to walk around in, my magic forest or the woodland garden. You can see the fountain looks amazing in the evening. But yeah, no, here you can see path lights are doing a great job. Here you come up to the swinging bench area. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful back here. The southern patio is lit up. The pergola is lit up with some Edison lights that hang down. And then there's the fountain, the secret fountain back behind the swinging bench or the rocking bench. As you come around here, there's this other trail again now lit up, so you can actually feel confident walking in the evening. As you come all around here on the this sort of connecting piece. So really loving these. I actually have a plan. What I decided is I want to move these big square lights, some of them out, and put them on the other side of this driveway. And then I ordered some more of these. So they are gonna line each side of the main walkway. Don't actually need the square ones are a lot brighter, and so you don't actually need that much light on either side of the walkway. So the cheaper black ones, which still do a good job, will light up the sidewalk. And then over here, obviously my security camera light just came on with a big spotlight. But one of the things that I decided I wanted to do was move some of the ones of these solar lights that are on the front along the main pathway up to the front door. I'm going to match along this side, along the edge of the gravel. So basically this gravel path will match with the square carriage light looking ones. And so that should add quite a bit of light along this edge of the woodland garden. And then because there's so many, there's actually enough to line the other side of the driveway. But here you can just see the path along here that cuts through Cedar Grove. As it comes along here, brings you up here. And look at these beautiful Japanese maples all lit up at night. And then, yeah, I might continue working on these tonight, or I may just do them in the morning. So still obviously have the 7 Incredible, excuse me, not Incredible. I have an Incredible I need to plant, but it's Let's Dance Rhythmic Blue. These stunning 2-gallon or containers with all these beautiful rhythmic blue hydrangeas. I still have that Incredible, and the 2 little lime punches to plant. And oh, let me show you over on the side, since this is sort of an impromptu night tour. If you haven't seen the lights back here in the raised bed garden, back here, I think that looks amazing. I've got the Edison's lights lighting everything up, but this is the vegetable garden where I've got peppers and tomatoes and onions and some watermelon and cucumbers, but and strawberries, some strawberry towers, and there's the petunia tower there in the middle. But over here along this side, which this doesn't get as much sun, this is only part sun over here, but so I have my fuchsia falls, all these fuchsias. These are all different fuchsias hanging in the hanging baskets, and down beneath, this is in fact the new hydrangea hospital. So these are the 3 bobos that I transplanted back here. And so hopefully, you know, I'll be able to keep an eye on them and don't have to worry about them getting attacked by gophers again. And so hopefully they'll grow and get stronger, and then, you know, I'll be able to find places for them out in the garden. It's also nice when you have, you know, hydrangeas you're planted in hedges to have some spares in case one dies or gets eaten, etc. So I'll have a couple of little lime punches from along the edge of the tropical garden that'll go in here as well. And then I saw a couple of other just tiny ones that were randomly planted out in the woodland garden that I'll probably bring back here as well. So anyways, that's the idea. So that way they, you know, they get plenty of water and, you know, get to try to get bigger and don't have to worry about being stuck in a can. And there's still some cosmos from, you know, this used to be planted up with cosmos. I had planted that in the back, but there were still some little starts. Those are all things that seeded themselves. So I just put them along the back edge. I don't know if they'll get enough sun, but hey, if they grow, that's cool. I'll find a spot for them. But I guess since we're doing an impromptu night tour, along here is sort of a container garden where I've got cut flowers and some other things. Got some beautiful osteosperms and some calibrachoas and some nemesia and some petunias. Some of these are just getting going. I've got some cone flowers that are growing here that are ostensibly for cut flowers, and some other dahlias. These are like smaller dahlias, not the big dinner plate ones that I have planted all the way in the back. Anyways, but some beautiful containers along here. Still want to get these hooked up to drip. So I don't have to remember to water them every day, but it's not too bad because I've got to water the fuchsias by hand. So I just hit all the containers at one time. Anyways, back here, I'm really, really proud of this. So I designed this whole thing. Here in the back, we've got the formal rose garden, which stretches along here with 8 David Austin English roses. And then behind it, there's English lavender and some Arabian jasmine, some Brazilian princess flower, and some Chotalpa desert orchids. And then behind that is my vertical grape vineyard, where I've got some those were just bonus Super Tunia bubble gums that were being thrown away at Home Depot that they gave me. So I just planted them at the base of the grape trees. And then behind those were some of the existing citrus fruit, but citrus trees, right? So, and then way back there in the dark is where the apple orchard is, and the guava grove. But absolutely love the way this turned out. So the first thing I did was, I put in this back patio here and this walkway that comes along, and built the pergola. I put in the picnic tables, and then there's 4 different David Austin climbing roses, one for each pillar. That's out here. And then in the back, I've got 3 different types of wisteria. We've got Japanese, American, and Chinese wisteria, and those are in big containers to keep them from escaping and trying to take over the backyard. There's a secret sort of hidden fountain over here, and then I do have some plans for here along this walkway. It used to be, last year I had all these beautiful violas planted, but the gophers and moles took all those out. But I did get some to plant back here along this sort of a walkway. But this has been phase 2 of the formal rose garden. So this was just a patch of artificial turf over here. But when I took out the bocce ball court, there used to be a giant bocce ball court that took up almost all the backyard over here. I'll insert a picture. When I took that out and redid the turf, I decided I added this little bridge to get out here to the rose pergola from the Santa Fe Grill Island. And instead of putting turf back in here, I moved the roses that used to be over there under the pavilion, where the pavilion is now. I moved those roses over here. And so we've got, I also ordered my second sort of custom awesome fountain from Fountain Fool, and then I put some of these cool little solar fountains that float around in there, and they keep the water moving during the day, and then at night they put on a cool show. But up here we have my son's Firefighter red rose, my White Lies red and white, and my daughter's Pope John Paul II. So I've been carting these around from our last property to over here. And then along the back, I have 6 different other roses. Some of these are proven winners: Reminiscent Crema, Reminiscent Pink, some Italian Ice, Eternal Flame maybe. And then, oh goodness, what was this one? This one was At Last. And then all the way to a Sedona. This is absolutely amazing, gorgeous desert sort of reddish orange rose. So that has been the rose garden expansion. And then again, I've got solar lights in here. Along the back, you can see the big path that goes all the way across the backyard. That's where I've got some low voltage lights that mark that. And then here along the back, I did have this LED cord that went all around the bocce ball court, but when I pulled that out, came up with the idea of just attaching it to the top of the brick border. And what that does is it gives a little bit of light here for the hibiscus garden, where I've got tropical, hardy, and Rose of Sharon hibiscus, 30 different varieties of all of those planted up in here. On the back patio, I put in, extended the brick patio about 8 feet. Put in this concrete sidewalk here because this was just dirt. And then planted this stunning, I think it's stunning, tropical garden. We've got 10-foot tall canna lilies and banana trees and 2 passion flower arches. That's a Frederick's passion flower, which is making a whole bunch of passion fruit. And then this is a purple passion flower that just puts out thousands of flowers, but it doesn't appear to actually make fruit, which is fine. because that's what I wanted to see, is those amazing flowers. All sorts of stuff in here in the beautiful tropical gardens. Need to trim back that passion fruit. If you've ever tried to grow passion fruit, once it gets going, it will try to take over your house. Anyways, this was also part of phase 2, which I got done this summer. These 2 gazebos, which I call the pavilion, and I put some very cool, very budget chandeliers that look amazing up there. And this is an area where I can fit lots of people if I'm entertaining, or a friend of mine is supposed to be having his wedding reception here next year. So this will be like the dance floor. And then these I just got done. You might have seen in a video where I found these 2 gardenia trees, and these smell so good. You can smell them from here. So I found these 2 gardenia trees and put some purple and white petunias in the bottom. Here's this purple dragon vine, but I think these containers look really classy. And that completes the backyard. Oh, well, back there is the rear avocado orchard and the dahlia towers, and yeah. And then there's the stone fruit orchard over there. Sunflower hedge. Have to check out a video from the daytime. But then coming up here, if we're continuing our impromptu night tour, we've got the front avocado orchard, which was one of the very first things I did, over here on the left. And like I was saying a few minutes ago, we've got these square carriage lights that are all solar along here. Again, you can see along the fence all the hay rack flower baskets are lit up with solar spots. My climbing wall with jasmine and trumpet vine and lilac vine and yellow jessamine vine. Anyways, but when I get those new path lights for along the main walkway, I'm going to move there'll be enough square sort of carriage lights that I'll be able to put another row on this side. So both sides of both driveways, the concrete and the curved gravel driveway over on the left, will be lit up on both sides. So again, this is what the gardens look like at night. So hope you enjoyed this awesome impromptu. Well, I think it's awesome. Hopefully you did too. It's been a lot of work lighting everything up. Wait, well, I guess I should say out here, I didn't show you guys this. Out here along the street with the succulent garden, I put these little solar lights up, and they're motion sensitive. So they're a dim light until they sense motion, and then they light up bright. But they have all the different succulent containers lit up, and that stretches for the entire front of the property, all the way over to the tropical orchard. And looking at this screen, it's a little bit brighter on the iPhone than it is in real life, but there's a lot of light, so things are lit up. But here you can see even the tropical orchard over here. I've got the solar spots on the fence, lighting up all the flowers on the fence, and then you can see all the succulent containers lit up. And then eventually, when the tropical garden or the tropical orchard, when the avocado, citrus, and mango trees get bigger, this will essentially form a hedge, and so you won't even be able to see into the back. But for right now, you can see the beautiful raised beds and sort of a farmer's market style light. And again, along here I'll have a row of these square carriage lights on the other side of the driveway as well. So as I was saying, hopefully you enjoyed this video, my hydrangea night video with impromptu nighttime tour of the gardens. One of the things I love about all this, because I've done all this in a year, which I might kind of shock myself, but been very busy, is whether it's day or night, you know, I get to walk around and enjoy, you know, literally the fruits of my labor. So, and then this is an awesome sign that my sister got for me for my last place, but it works here as well. So having said all that, hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't yet, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please share with friends and families and help me grow the channel and get me over 500 subscribers. And you can also find me on Facebook, follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. And eventually I'll figure out how to get how to get on TikTok. I think my son's gonna have to help me out with that one. But anyways, like I was saying, please leave a comment. I respond to all comments. And so let me know what you think of the lighting, or what's your favorite hydrangea, or just anything. I guarantee I will find it and respond, usually in less than a week. And most importantly, you have yourself an absolutely wonderful evening. And until the next video, happy gardening.